Hey guys, this is my second time filming this because I spoke too long last time, so I'm going to try to kind of condense it some. But I'm doing a book review on Unleashed by Kristopher Reisz. And the back of this book says, "What lies beneath? Daniel Morning seems perfect, handsome, charismatic, intelligent. But living up to everyone's expectations has cost him the right to make his own decisions. The urge to shatter those expectations is beginning to gnaw at his insides. Then Daniel meets Misty. She's smoky, rebellious, tender, and much more. She decides to let him into her pack of outcasts, and in on their little secret. She and her friends have learned to shapeshift, and have been prowling the night as wolves. Daniel soon falls in love with the primal sensation of shifting, just as he's falling in love with Misty. The freedom to follow his most basic instincts is like nothing he's ever felt, but Daniel will slowly come to realize that such freedom comes at a price." There is a little thing by Holly Black on the front that says, "Hot, wrenching, and wise. This book is fantastic." And she is absolutely right. This book is fantastic. It is a short book. It's 324 pages long. The text is average. It was published by Simon Pulse, and it was published back in 2000 and 2008. I want to try to sum this up because, like I said, I talked really long in the last one. I give this a 5 out of 5. I absolutely loved this book, and when I wasn't reading it, I kept thinking about it and just wanted to get right back to it. I haven't read a book like that in a while. I've had some 5-star books, but for different reasons. This book basically is about Daniel, who is the star athlete, the star academic at school, everything. But he is being what everybody else wants him to be. You know, you always hear that. And he's dating this girl, Angela, who, of course, everybody wants to be with. And they're the perfect couple, too. And then one day he meets Misty. Misty goes to his school. Misty and her brother, Mark, they're twins, and then their friends, Val and Eric. They're outcasts. They know they don't belong. They kind of just do what they want to do. They don't try real hard. But Daniel ends up meeting Misty, and they end up talking and getting to know each other. And one thing ends up, running into another thing, and then before you know it, Daniel's falling for Misty. And he's breaking up with Angie. And because of that, you have a lot of hurt feelings. So you have Angie, of course, very pissed off at Daniel and wanting to get back at Daniel. So she starts dating Daniel's cousin, Keith. And so you have that whole side story. And then you have Misty and her friends who, as the back of the book said, shapeshift. And the way they do that is very unusual, very original. It is definitely not the way when we think of werewolves, it's definitely not that way. It's not like a full moon or anything like that, and I'm not sure if I really like the idea of it, but when I was reading the book, it wasn't like I was saying, "Oh, that sucks, I don't like that, blah, 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 blah." I kind of just went with it, and I kept an open mind. The first night Daniel was introduced to it, he freaked out. But then he started to calm down, and the more days went on, he got used to it. So then before you know it, he's looking forward to shape-shifting too. This is his time to basically be who he wants to be. So the five of them run around town as werewolves at nighttime, and just goofing off and just enjoying the wind and, just the open air and just, whatnot. They're not being like juvenile delinquents or anything like that. Except for the one time when somebody had the bright idea to break into the high school, and that turned out really, really bad. And after that happened, that, and them thinking that they got away with it kind of made things worse, because now they thought that they can just basically do anything. So this book definitely, it was a lot of ego, a lot of stroked egos in this book, a lot of people being put into their place, typical teenage angst, heartbreaks and stuff like that, but with a twist of werewolves. I love the characters of Daniel and Misty. I loved their relationship, and I felt like I really knew them. Really knew them. I saw their character development, especially in Misty. Especially in Misty. And that is what really made me fall in love with this book. Even Daniel going from a star athlete to falling for the outcast and seeing who she really is that nobody else sees, you know, and showing that Daniel isn't shallow like you think the typical Jack is. And then in the end, he learns to stand up for himself and not do what everybody else wants him to do. And Misty, she went the opposite way. So she went from not caring because nobody else seemed to care about her to, you know, speaking up for herself and realizing that there is more to life and that she needs to just take the first step. And the other characters in the story too were very good. I really loved this book. You know, even if the werewolves weren't in it, it would still be a good book. Definitely. There was drama in this, like I said. Love, friendship, heartache. Somebody gets really hurt in this book too. Lessons were learned. So yeah, I loved it. I think it was a very good book. I think you should definitely check it out. Unleashed by Kristopher Reisz. He also has a couple other books out. Tripping to Somewhere is another book by him. And it has, of course, the first couple pages or whatever in it. But I don't like reading ahead when they have, you know, little sneak peeks in books. So yeah, check it out. Unleashed by Kristopher Reisz. This is definitely in my keep pile. So that is it, guys. I'm not sure what book I'm picking up next. So we'll see. Talk to you later. Bye.